Forging is one of the Forge's core mechanics. It allows players to create weapons and armor using ores obtained from mining. The forging process consists of 3 minigames, and the player's performance in these minigames determines the crafting quality of the item. Poor performance results in lower crafting quality, which directly reduces the final stats of the forged equipment. The primary factor affecting weapon and armor stats is ore multipliers. Higher rarity ores have higher multiplier thresholds, which increase weapon damage or armor defense. Up to 4 different ores can be used in a single forge, and the combination of their multipliers determines the final stat multiplier. Mixing ores can either increase or decrease the overall multiplier, depending on their individual values. The appearance of a forged item is determined by the dominant ore, meaning the ore with the highest percentage used in the forge. If multiple ores share the highest percentage, the rarer ore determines the item's appearance. The second major factor is crafting quality, which represents how well the item was forged. Higher crafting quality results in higher overall stats. Crafting quality is divided into the following tiers: broken, poor, rough, worn, average, good, great, excellent, perfect, masterwork. Forged items are also divided into different weapon and armor categories. The total number of ores used affects the chance of crafting specific items within a category. For example, using 36 total ores may result in a 64% chance to forge a heavy chestplate and a 27% chance to forge heavy leggings. The total ore count does not affect which category is chosen, only which item within that category. Certain ores can also grant unique traits to weapons or armor. When forging, players must choose whether to create armor or weapons. Up to 4 ore types can be selected, and any amount of ore may be added to each slot. Adding more ores changes the probability of crafting specific weapon or armor types. Ore multipliers affect damage and defense only. Attack speed is fixed for each weapon type and cannot be increased through forging. It can only be modified using runes. Currency. Gold is the main universal currency in the forge and is essential for overall progression. It is used to purchase a wide range of items that help players explore, survive, and improve their character, including pickaxes, potions, and other utility or progression-related items. Gold can be earned through many different gameplay activities, encouraging players to engage with multiple systems rather than relying on a single method. One of the most common ways to earn gold is by completing quests, which vary in difficulty and reward. More difficult quests typically grant higher amounts of gold. Players also earn gold by leveling up, rewarding steady progression. Discovering new content, such as ores, forged equipment, or enemies, also grants gold when they are first added to the player's index, encouraging exploration and experimentation. Defeating enemies is another major source of gold. Stronger enemies drop larger amounts of gold, making higher-risk combat encounters more rewarding. Players can also sell items to NPCs, including ores and essences sold to greedy CI and unwanted equipment sold to marbles or woe. Gold can additionally be purchased using Robux, allowing players to progress faster if they choose. The available gold packs scale in value: tiny cash pack, small cash pack, medium cash pack, advanced cash pack, huge cash pack. Player mechanics. Player movement and combat in the Forge are heavily timing-based and reward awareness and precision rather than button spamming. Players can sprint by holding Shift or double-pressing W on PC. Sprinting significantly increases movement speed, making it useful for traveling between locations, repositioning during combat, or escaping dangerous situations. However, sprinting is limited by stamina. If the player begins sprinting shortly after taking damage, stamina will be consumed. This forces players to think carefully about when to sprint during combat, as running out of stamina can leave them vulnerable. With proper timing, players can still outrun enemies without fully depleting their stamina bar. Combat revolves around weapon timing. Attacking at the correct moment is critical, especially when facing aggressive or powerful enemies. A key combat mechanic is stunning. Stunning occurs when a player successfully hits an enemy at the exact moment the enemy is about to attack. When stunned, the enemy is briefly incapacitated, allowing the player to land additional hits safely. A stunned enemy is visually indicated by a bright spark effect and a dazed animation circling their head. Enemies are also capable of stunning the player. Being stunned leaves the player unable to act while the enemy continues attacking, which can quickly result in heavy damage or death if not avoided. Health. Health is one of the most essential survival mechanics in the Forge. Each player has a health bar displayed as a vertical red bar beside their character. The health bar remains hidden until the player takes damage, at which point it becomes visible. If a player's health reaches 0, they die. Base health represents the maximum amount of health a player can have before taking damage. All players begin with 100 HP. Base health can be modified through races, which apply permanent bonuses or penalties. For example, the Dragonborn race increases total health by 20%, while the Undead race reduces total health by 12%. Defense does not increase base health. Instead, defense reduces incoming damage, meaning base health and defense function as separate systems that work together to determine survivability. Health can be restored through multiple methods. Natural regeneration occurs when the player is out of combat and slowly restores health over time until the health bar is full. Some runes, such as Drain Edge, allow players to regain health by stealing it from enemies when dealing damage, providing a more aggressive way to sustain health during combat. Players can also use health potions, which greatly accelerate health regeneration. These are especially useful during difficult fights or when natural regeneration is too slow to be practical. Portal. The portal is a utility item that allows players to teleport between major locations, greatly reducing travel time. It is primarily used to move between Stonewake's Cross, the Forgotten Kingdom, and the Winter Expansion Island. Players obtain the portal by completing Sensei Maro's tutorial and interacting with the wizard afterward. Most players receive the portal between levels 7 and 9. Although the portal becomes available early, not all locations can be accessed immediately. For example, the Forgotten Kingdom requires the player to be at least level 10. If the requirement is not met, the location will appear as locked when attempting to use the portal. After placing a portal, a cooldown is applied before another portal can be placed.